bring secret things. Feel the silence deep inside. Imagine a sunset embracing the night. Diving deep into your mind, you can let your soul unwind. There's no fear to keep you down. Trust yourself with your own sound. Get back to serenity. Come on strong, set your spirit free. Get back to serenity. Tune yourself into a true reality. Where do you come from? Where do you go? Is there a reason that keeps you in flow? Walking on water, lighter than air, into the ocean, now you are there. Now you are there. Peace of mind is all around, rising up when the sun goes down. Into the ocean of your bliss, into the light where your home is. Your home is. Get back to serenity. Come on strong, set your spirit free. Get back to serenity. Tune yourself into a true reality.
Okay, here we are. Let me just put on the playlist I made today. Low volume. I'll admit I am still quite nervous about doing this for my first time. It has been a little bit of a struggle to get things ready for my ASMR debut. And I have been a consumer of ASMR for a good while. I don't think it's going to be a very long stream. Maybe 2-3 hours or so. But anyone who comes in, welcome in. This isn't very usual for my channel. Normally it's loud and energetic, but there are also times where it's quite chill too, you know. And this time I'm being to take it very, very chill. Not sure how to start things off just quite yet. I'm kind of made a few redeems here for the first time. I did do a well, I'm glad you appreciate it, babe. This is my VT remodel that I don't use very often. I have struggled with its stability before, but today it seemed to actually work out finally. For if this actually proves successful, people enjoy it and want more, I'm thinking that maybe once a week, maybe on Mondays, I can do ASMR streams, and I will gradually get better with it, I'm thinking. And again, I'll admit that I am a bit nervous about it because I do take it seriously. To the point I don't even need my heater on. I'm my own heater right now. I feel like I have to mute my mic for when I drink water because it can be a little loud, and there are some people that prefer to use ASMR to sleep to, or to at least relax to, and maybe even drift off to sleep. I myself have drifted to sleep to ASMR many times myself, so I know that it can be relaxing. I've learned that there are certain ticks from my experience listening to ASMR. Just doing that, for example, can create a nice, pleasant experience for the listener. If I sip carefully, then I won't have to worry about muting my mic. But every time I touch the top of it, it makes like a very subtle banging sound, so I'm going to try not to mute it too often. I'm going to be experimenting with, I've been doing it last stream, during the bear stream, but what I call zippies. Just a bit of an example, you know, an idea that came to me some time ago. Oh, I need to kind of fix my sit-in position here. This is going to be taking a little toll on my back as I'm almost trying to do it carefully. I see that Jester left. I don't blame him. ASMR isn't really his thing, and it's not my place to try to convince him. I know it's not for everyone. It is I wouldn't say an acquired taste, or maybe it is actually. I myself wasn't really fond of ASMR in the beginning, but I grew to like it, and I liked it more and more, so if anything, it's become part of regular consumption in my case, where I even made a playlist for me to fall asleep to, so. But again, this is a trial, and I just realized I completely forgot to mention to Aaron for him to come in, but he'll probably get the memo at some point or another. Maybe I should actually message him real quick, let him know that I'm on. Okay, the thing is, I am quite conscious and aware that my keyboard is quite clanky and loud, so if I take this carefully, maybe it won't be a big deal, although some people do like keyboards as an ASMR trigger, so I mean, just type in, I'm gonna let them know. Okay, let's see if maybe he'll show up or not. I mean, it is him that redeemed it last stream and, well, made this happen and everything, so he's to blame. But ultimately I am to blame, so. Oh, my babe wants to say she's a good girl. Yeah, she's a very good girl. Such a good girl you've been. I also see a that bulb in the chat. Just, but yeah, you are a good girl. It's good to be a good girl. Good things happen to good girls. Good girl. I'm so proud of you, my good girl. Yes, it's good to know such a good girl. You're gonna be staying a good girl, huh? Yeah, you're gonna be a good girl onwards. Good things happen to good girls, so stay good. Stay a good girl. And good things happen to good girls. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Indeed. Yes. It's a good girl. I hope you know what a good girl you are. And like I said, a good girl gets good things. And the good girl got a tad bulb in chat. That's a good thing for a good girl. I can see how others have fun with it now, actually. I can see the appeal from the giving side. Good girl, yeah. It's a very, very good girl. You stay a good girl and you know what good girls get, right? More good things to come. It's gotten warm in here. But I don't want to open my window or door because I kind of need it quite peaceful and quiet around here where there isn't any real disturbance. So I can do this. How did you think of that good girl trigger there? I assume maybe you liked it, but it was my first time doing a proper spin directed at someone, and I'll admit though, I did expect you to try it. That's, good girls get flustered. Good boys can get flustered too. Anyone can. But that's a good thing. As long as it was for a good reason. Nothing to be embarrassed about. Just that you enjoyed it is enough for me. So I'm also kind of predicting that this is also going to be rather soothing for me as well. I've noticed that for other ASMR artists where they give the triggers to their audience that they tend to get more and more relaxed as they go on. And I can sort of, I guess you could say I can relate to that now, actually. So I'm thinking that I'm probably, if I have any more ASMR streams in the future, probably not going to have very long ones. Okay, just going to check something here. Well, chat is calm and quiet. Speaking of ASMR artists, my favorite has gone live herself, so maybe, if we're lucky, we can raid her before she's done. So I'm not gonna spoil anything in her case though, but if we can raid her for when I'm done here, then I can mention that I just had my VTuber debut. Did everything go well with the inspection, babe? My good girl. No complaints, that's good, yeah. Maybe perhaps next time they could be impressed. Saying, oh, this is one of the best looking places we've ever seen in our rounds. Who knows? I'm gonna admit I'm still nervous though, so I'm trying not to worry too much about it. And it's a scary thought on a flux of newcomers come in thinking that I'm experienced in this when I am not, at least in giving and being an ASMR artist myself. I don't think I would qualify myself to be a proper ASMR artist quite. Maybe, yeah, and we'll see. No one can quite predict the future so much. Intuition is a thing, sure, but yeah, that's kind of the fun thing about the future, is you can never really quite know what's to come. It's that sense of mystery that I wouldn't want to be able to tell the future, actually. It's enough to just take it as it comes. Don't know how well you can hear the playlist in the back, but I have it quite low, and there are some ASMR artists that go for just only their voice and triggers. Others have maybe some very low energy music or ambience. I think ambience is a good way to go about it, actually. To kind of fill in maybe some silence and thoughts and such that might occur. Yeah, it's kind of normal. So I kind of want to experiment with different things here. I didn't experiment with too much during the recording test from earlier before I went live. So once I've edited this, I'm not gonna go rushing it like I normally do. I'm going to pace myself and really take it in to see. It might not be so much on, I mean, it's a big factor if others like it, sure, but if I don't like it, I don't see why I should do it. But if I think, hey, that works, then I can continue doing such. So I'm still in the process of finding my style. The more I try different things, the more possibilities I may have for any future. ASMR streams. Ooh, that was a little bit of a burp there. I haven't seen many male ASMR artists. It's the majority are female, at least the ones that kind of stand out. So, in more ways than one, I feel I'm a little out of my element. At least right now. But then again, there is an expression that I have is the first is the worst. Basically meaning that things should only get better from there. Do like the Zippies one. Actually, it's pretty easy to do and light work kind of thing. And also it gives me something to do while I do this. Kind of take on my first ASMR stream ever. Yeah, how was your day, babe? I haven't been talking much today. You've been busy with your things, and I've been dealing with my nerves and setting up for my debut here, so. But yeah. Also, right before I was going to go live, my sister, she called me and requested that I drive her and my mother around to the island nearby for just a quick drive. So I had to change my clothes just to drive my sister's car for the first time. And she drives an automatic though. I prefer manual actually. Just when I got in, it's so weird when it's just 2 pedals. I'm used to 3. And something for my right hand to do while I drive. Yeah, but it was only a quick trip though, so it wasn't any big deal necessarily. I managed to start my ASMR stream on Monday right before midnight, so I'm counting it as officialized. Also, there is a world peed in chat. I don't know why my sprites aren't coming in. Oh, they are coming in, but that's rather small. I see it there. Let me make that a little bit bigger. Can have it there. I'm thinking, yeah, it's a new scene, so not everything has been worked out quite yet. But all it takes is just one person to want me to continue on this. And I think I will do so. Like I said, I just want to help people, even if it's something small and minor. I think that is a good calling. Enough reason to do it. So if you don't want to chat away and just take it in, that's totally fine too, you know. Sometimes just getting the nice, easy, pleasant vibes is enough to stay, you know? Because I have to take, or I don't have to, but I choose to take smaller sips. I feel like I get thirsty more rapid pace. So. But I'm adapting to this, you know. I think if I continue to do this, I suspect I will actually. It's definitely a different pace than my usual, and it's kind of nice and something I want to build on. But I'm not going to become a full-on ASMR artist, I don't think. Nah. I think maybe I'll dabble in it here and there, alongside my more energetic streams, let's say. It's an idea. It's one I've actually wanted to do for a good while now. An old inspiration. And thanks to Aaron, who has yet to answer me, that was enough incentive to do it. Kind of in part why the nerves are still there, but as I'm continuing on, it is gradually vanishing little by little to where I feel more relaxed, able to just kind of do this, and it's kind of like a mix of doing various things and chatting whatever comes to mind. try what I call crunchies here. Just a little bit of an example. Oh, you want this in piece, yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you. I like them too. They are growing on me bit by bit. The more I do it. Okay, here we go. So I kind of bumped into the mic a bit there. Sorry about that. It has a bit of a wide middle, so I sometimes bump into it when I'm changing the direction of my little trigger here. Eventually, I will figure more items to make more different sounds with, to expand upon various things I can do, make a bit of variety, you know. But I'm thinking for my debut, we just start off small at first. Maybe do a little experimentation. Well, technically they're all really experimentation to some extent or another. You don't know until you try, as they say. This piece a little rest there so they don't get too bent. It's a little bit more of a brash thing I want to experiment with. It's kind of like a metal rod of sorts, and if I'm going to make it into a trigger of sorts, I need to take it very careful, as it is metal, and metal can get loud if you're a little rough with it. So, but I'm gonna still experiment with it. See how it works. I haven't quite tested it. This rod is actually meant for something else, but well, I have recognized that some artists tend to get a bit more creative with, for example, like a hairbrush or a piece of glass. Kind of want to know how they do the singing bowl, actually, so I'm curious about that one. That's a really nice one, I feel, but I don't know how to do it. Might want to research it. I like it. And there's a number of ASMR artists that also have what's called a frog, or basically wood on wood as ribbed or something like that. I like those too. I might look into getting one myself, actually, just to have even more variety on hand. Okay, let's let that rest for now. Take a little bit of a drink, a little bit of hydrate. Water is good for you. Water is very good for you. The second most important element in life. Do you know what the first most important element is? Don't have to actually answer though. It's something you do all the time. In and out. Different pacing. That's how I'm able to even talk. It's called air. What else can I play with here? I wonder. Oh, what's a short idea? Have for maybe 3 seconds here. I see there's a horsey in chat. Horsey in chat. I realized it now. I completely forgot to make a new profile in my stream deck for ASMR streams, but can work on it next time. It's a bit too late for it now. I'm not sure how this will fare, actually. Maybe it actually does work after all, huh? My noisy chair. Apologies for that. Thing is, though, is that I can only have so many redeems made at a time. So if I'm going to broaden my my trigger variety, I'm going to need to figure out another way where they can be maybe like a multi-select. I think I've seen that on another ASM artist before, where she's had so many other redeems that she had to kind of group up certain triggers. But I need to balance out cooldown and such too, so it's an idea. Since I'm very inclined to do this more in the future and get better with it. I think it's a field that I want to expand upon. It is nice to take a chill here and there. But that I don't want to stop being a gamer streamer either, so there's a semblance of balance that I need to find. I'm a bit thirsty. Always thirsty. Actually, I think I'm going to take this chance now to go get nice. But the thing is, though, is that when I do that, it kind of limits certain things I can do with my mouth, so I might want to maybe wait with it until later, or no, I think maybe I should still. No, if I do it, then I'm gonna have to risk it, and if any certain triggers come up that use certain parts of my mouth, then I'm just gonna have to cope. So I'm going to take a quick BRB here, but I'm not going to my BRB scene. I don't have one that is quite good enough for ASMR quite yet. That can be worked on later. So I did prepare a little ahead of time. Is that I can just do this. Yeah, it's pretty basic, but it gets the point through. So I will be getting an ice real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, I have returned. Can we still click though while I'm on an ice? Oh, I see someone just popped in. Don't think you can just sneak on in without saying something, man. Glad you can make it. I just returned from getting something from downstairs. It's helping me with my nerves, as this is my first time. So I want to practice more with a certain it's a little bit loud at some points, though. Keeping a good track on. If you have taken a look at the redeems, you'll notice that many of them are disabled. It's because ASMR streams, they need to be rather peaceful. So for the ASMR streams, sound alerts are disabled. Sorry for that, but we go at a different vibe here in ASMR. But they'll return in the game streams again. Now you can relax. Let's bring a mini bit of flappy zippies. I just want to call them flappies, though. Actually, I'm going to change the name. Introduce that a little bit. gotta say, it's been actually rather easy going in the chat now. There he goes. Refined sound. At least it did drop in. Again, I realize that ASMR isn't necessarily for everyone. It's something you kind of need to grow into to appreciate. So, if this is my introduction to it for some of my usual viewers, then I wouldn't expect them to quite get into it right at first. So, I mean, I feel it's been good to me. Maybe not so devious, but if I can get them more inclined to give it a try, I think maybe they might come to appreciate it as it goes on. You know, it's exposure, attunement, adaptation. But it does definitely get warmer in my office when I'm doing this, so that's something to consider. Right now it's bearable. Still haven't gotten that battery from where the monitor is, so I don't quite yet know how warm it is in here. But it's okay. I'm managing. I'm managing. I have it good. Okay, two of my smartest have gone on now, actually, so we do have a backup. I would much prefer to raid Severia, but Uni is a solid ASMR artist herself, so actually, that's for the good boy and the good girl. Kinda comes from, although Severia has her own variant too. So I figured maybe I can adopt that myself. Might be weird for a male viewer, or listener rather, to take the good boy option, but I mean, who am I to judge? I'm sure Yang would appreciate it. Or he. There is something more. I see now. I have an ad break upcoming here. But being that I don't have a ASMR BRB scene made quite yet, we're going to have to just deal with the pre-rolls if anyone new comes in. Oh, I see a Togi Tick is coming into chat in just a bit. There it is. Togi Tick in chat. Togi Tick in chat. Togi Tick in chat. It's a jet tour. Almost an hour of this so far. I do factor in the intro, the starting scene, so it's not exactly an hour until it's about an hour and 5 minutes or so. And I guess you could say be a bit of a minor milestone to, hey, I had done an hour of ASMR so far. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. All in time. All in time. All in time. All in time. Everything works out one way or another. All in time. So, with the time we have, let's make it a good time. Whether energetic or relaxing, both can be good. Both should be good. A little bit curious, babe. How are you taking my debut so far? I'm a little anxious to get even a bit of feedback, to know that actually I'm not terrible at this per se. I think maybe I should also mention if there are certain sounds that I make outside of redeems and such or requests, then that if someone is still awake and conscious, that's they say so that they like this particular sound, and okay, that will be noted. Then I can add that into the array, arsenal sounds a bit too aggressive, but that's what came to mind. Repertoire? Yeah, close enough. Possibilities. I haven't clipped my nails yet. Maybe there should be something for me to try something here, despite it being an ad right now. I'm going to admit that during the rather short testing recording I'd done before my debut here, I did actually try to do light kisses, but I felt after reviewing it that it was a bit flat, so no. I can maybe try to give some examples for when my ice is done here and I've hydrated, you know. Give it a try, I'll try. But to myself, well, it's not really for me, so. Could have also maybe been the nerves that I had at the time too, affecting the trigger itself, so. Maybe that I'm a little bit more confident now. Maybe it'll turn out better. Just first to make me tingly and not sleepy away. Well, as long as you enjoy. Some things might be a bit more on the sleepy side, but it really depends on where you are in your mental state, and the time of day. If you've had like a long work day, or completed or worked on a difficult assignment and everything, and your mind is maybe perhaps a bit tired, then actually having some ASMR can help to kind of relax it a bit more, you know. Yeah. And I'm trying not to do like full-on whispers. I feel like I need to add a little bit of pressure into my voice to kind of get it out there, you know. Yeah. I was wondering though, babe, is it your first time experiencing ASMR, or have you heard other ASMR from before? I'm curious. Can't help it. There is no wrong answer there. No wrong answer. No wrong answer. Any answer is a good one. Any answer is a good one. From my good girl. I guess I'm idle triggering now. I guess that's a thing. Maybe not a bad thing, but still also kind of experimenting, you know. Yeah. I can't quite hear it as well as maybe you guys can, but well, I'll hear about it. I'll hear it in the editing later on. Something in here. Okay, let me take that out then. It's a reference. Okay, empty you out, and then perhaps I can use you for another sound effect too. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, put that away for now. I feel like I don't want to have two similar sounding triggers. Otherwise, they get crossed. Okay, ice is done. Just take a sippy sip. I wasn't keeping track of the uptime, and hey, I've already passed the first hour of my ASMR debut. Yes, that's progress. Good. I made it this far. Still more to go. And don't worry, I'm not calling it quite yet. I can still go on. I mean, let's say that I know that Zavaria doesn't exactly have very long streams, so it's not a super crisis if we miss her, but Mayuni tends to carry on a good while, so. Another thing is that ASM artists raid other ASM artists when they, end the stream and such. But there's like a pretty hard line there, is that non-ASM artists shouldn't raid ASM artists and vice versa. So for my ASMR streams, we are strictly doing raiding other ASM artists. So that'll be a first for me as well when we get to that point. I'm not quite confident in doing it yet, but there's also a Brooks. Did you have to be a difficult name? Brooksish chat. Brooksish chat. Brooksish chat. Brooksish and chat. Brooksish. It's like a drunk way of saying breakfast. Choka, ki. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm gonna try it. I'm not confident in it, but I can only do so much on that. On Kisses with a regular streaming mic. If I had a mic tailored to ASMR, it would have been a very different story. So maybe in the future. They're not cheap either, so. But that is a venture down the road possibly. So congratulations, my good girl. Got another good thing. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a good girl. Maybe practice a little bit more with the metal rod. Come back to that a little, you know. What else could I maybe experiment with for triggers? I wonder. Looking around. I'd already took a couple looks earlier today to see what possibilities I had at hand. It's not so much thinking outside the box, it's more like thinking inside a different box. I wonder, how would this go? Okay, took you. Not sure how received that would be, so I'm going to just leave it there for now. Oh, I'm going to do a stretch for my back there, yeah. See, I have myself closer to the mic, so for doing a bit more soft-spoken, that the mic picks up on what I'm saying. Apparently I didn't actually have noise suppression even on my settings or my filters, but I had a noise gate which is now disabled. Now it's just pure gain. Although I did also turn down my mic pick up a bit, so I feel like that's kind of evening out in a sense, but I'm still learning the trade, you could say. So, but yeah, I would, of course, I'm going to be seeing this and editing tomorrow, so I'll be able to see, or rather hear, how things went. Also, I probably should mention that ASMR is typically better with headphones instead of a speaker. But I mean, it can still work with speakers, I don't know. But it's better with headphones, and that's a know from experience. I'm gonna change a setting on my mic here, see if get a little bit better. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. I don't know how's it now, though. I think I know which setting that is. What if I tap here? What's up here? Yeah, I think I know what that is. I'm gonna set it back. Hold on. Okay, now it's back to my usual. Sorry for those clicks that they were a bit loud. Apologies. I usually don't mess with that particular setting, but I guess probably should really test that in a recording instead of when I'm live. But hey, sometimes ideas just come to you when you least expect it. Being off the stream VC, to bed. I'm probably not gonna really go to bed so soon after stream. I could maybe go into VC after stream though. If you want to talk directly, that's a possibility. Yeah. Would not be in VC during ASMR streams. Would feel that's kind of self-explanatory, but basically ASMR streams, it's more like singling out the sounds, the audio. So being in VC with anyone would be a bit of a disturbance. But I could probably actually be in VC after the stream here, yeah. I'm not gonna get on to downloading and editing right away. I'm gonna save that for my coffee tomorrow morning. Yeah. Also, there is a chance for when we raid, it's got to be an ASMR artist we raid. I might be able to engage in conversation with them after mentioning I've had my ASMR debut. It would go much better if it's with Severia, though, as she is not as a massive ASMR artist as Miyuni, for example. Severia is a little bit more tight-knit, a little bit more a little smaller, so in that sense it's a bit more intimate, and that's how I like it too. And that's kind of the balance when you have like the small streamers. It's usually more intimate with them. Intimate's a way to say it, but so I'm thinking, guys, I believe Severia knows that I'm already a streamer myself, actually, but I haven't really gone into that. I don't mean to do it for like self-promotion or anything like that. It's just mentioned, yeah, that I am a streamer, but I'm not out there to get followers or anything. So if I end up raiding Severia, and she's wondering why I'm raiding her, that I usually do, have been doing game streams. Well, I can just simply say, I just had my debut in ASMR, so that would count. Not back that for my back though. Oh, I need to find a better posture for when I do these ASMR streams. That was actually an idea I had before, actually. I wonder... I'm gonna go get something real quick and put over the mic and see, or, well, I won't be able to hear it, but something I should actually take on the testing. I'll be able to hear it in editing anyway, so. Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna do this. How does that sound? Is it nice or? If I turn it like this, it'd be better. There is a Yamask in chat. Yamask in chat. In chat. Yamask in chat. Yamask in chat. So Jen Pfeiffer. It's actually kind of an advantage to actually have PCG and ASMR. Actually, it's another thing that I can just simply say. See, the thing with ASMR is it's partially chatting, albeit with a calmer, softer voice. There are some that do purely material triggers. There are some that don't do much material, but more vocal triggers. kind of feel like I'm kind of doing a decent mix of the two, but a little bit more inclined to material triggers, actually. Being that this mic isn't quite tailored to ASMR, so gotta work with what you got. All in due time. All in time. But this was a little bit fun to do. Keep doing a little bit. I believe that these are called brushies. Brushies, yeah, brushies. Not with an actual brush, but to brush against. And I'm a guy. My hair isn't long enough to use a brush. I use a comb. I did have the idea to maybe use my comb as a material trigger, but it wouldn't be that much different from this. Or what's another one? They're kind of similar. The zippies, yeah. Be along line both of the zippies. Actually, that I just did would be more zippies. This would be more flappies, you know. This would be more flappies. Okay. I'm gonna need to work on titling my triggers a little bit better as I go. That's okay, it's my first one. Mistakes are expected to take place in the amateur hour. Yeah, but still, I want to feel like I put in the effort. I did, good enough for it to be a, dare I say, a rather humble beginning. Remains to be seen. Remains to be seen. Remains to be heard. But I think maybe I'm going to be doing this a little bit more often. I think it's actually kind of, it is actually a little bit fun to do, actually. It's definitely a different way to stream. It's not super different per se, but I could probably actually get more into doing this in time. I already had the idea to have as a going live notification AS Monday R. That's a bit of a small joke, but I was a little careful in mentioning that I was doing my ASMR debut, because I didn't want to get overwhelmed in my first time doing this. So that's why I was a little bit vague in my details there. Yeah, well, I can't exactly hide my category. I need it to be accurate. So that's one thing. That's like one thing I can't hide. Per se. And I'm thinking, if I do ASMR on Mondays and actually be consistent on it, that would be a different side of my streams that others can enjoy. Thinking. I mean, I already do have those beer streams, which is one flavor, and I do have other gaming streams. maybe with Minecraft it's more on the chill side. Sometimes maybe certain action games it's a bit more intense on the music. Sometimes very intense on the music. But having ASMR as a very relaxing time, I think I see that as a win too. So I think either way, I'm getting more and more into doing this actually, and I want to improve upon it. So that is something for me to think about until next Monday. I could maybe let's see if I'm to strategize a little bit here. Maybe really dwell on it on Sundays and maybe Mondays leading up to the stream itself to see, okay, what things can I improve on? What things can I add and what things do I perhaps stop doing? So as I go on with certain things, I believe that I will be able to recognize them in editing, to know, okay, I know that sound as I'm doing it right now. But also that I can tell that because I'm being a little bit more breathy right now, that it's actually drying my mouth a little bit faster. So I feel like I need to hydrate a little bit more frequently, but I'm trying to take smaller sips. So I'm just gonna mute the mic for a quick second while I take a big drink here. That was better. I needed that. I think maybe I want to play around a little bit with that bottle again. Actually, this one I have to be a little bit careful with. Keep some distance from the mic as get a little bit loud if I'm a little assertive with it. So, because I pay very close attention to my mic's volume to know, okay, gauging my movements here. If I'm far away, it's fine. The thing is that this bottle actually I take from it on the daily, so if I'm to actually have this as a trigger in the future, its sound effect will be different every time. So then again, I can use a different, but let me try different bottles, see how it sounds then. Different material. Let's try this one. I think there's more in this one, so it's not as effective, but okay. Maybe if I try to if I try to do both, one in each hand, type of stereo effect. It makes me glad that I'm actually using my VTuber model instead of my cam, because I will look like a real... Like, what are you doing, dude? Why are you outstretched like that on both sides? I'll probably look weird right now and if I was with a cam, so... Using my VTuber model or PNG or whatever have you, I don't need to be as conscious of how I look like per se. I can concentrate more on my delivery. Okay, my arms are starting to get a little bit tired. Put them away. Oh. Yeah. I can't do that for super long. You know what, actually, I feel like I'm kind of needing to go to the bathroom, really. Well, I mean, I can hold it for a bit, but I don't want to take super long on it either. And it's still another 40. There isn't much water left of this bottle either, so I'm thinking maybe I'm just going to finish it off and then take a water refill BRB, I'm thinking. But don't worry, I'll be right back afterwards. So, with that, I'm going to just do this. Or like I said, I'll be right back. I'm just going to finish this bottle, take my my water refill BRB, and I'll be right back to you. Don't worry. I'll be right back. Oh, was there a open here? I missed. Okay. I don't blame me for getting upset with PCG. But I'm just catching my breath from the 2 flights of stairs I just went up. Okay. I did bring something up with me. It's not actually mine though, so. Not sure how good actually. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get one of my own, I think. Or maybe a different one. So I'm not careful, I can maybe ruin this one a little bit. Sometime down the road, I'm going to see if I can get one of these myself. Not that I'd use it for myself necessarily, but use it as a trigger. And I want to be a little bit selective on the kind, though. played with that one in a while, actually. Yeah, bring you back. Just over there. It's putting me in a state. It's putting me in a state, yeah. It's almost like it relaxes myself, actually. It's probably from my own exposure to ASMR. I can kind of definitely get why how it affects other ASMR artists. Their own triggers relaxes them too. I mean, that would actually be that would definitely be quite nice for Mondays. Well, actually, it would be better for Sundays, but I think Mondays would be better for me, since there are some Sundays where I'm not quite at a good state. Sometimes on a hangover, so that's not quite ideal for ASMR. I don't think. Maybe I don't know. Maybe sometime I'll give it a go. But for now, I'm thinking for Mondays would be good. Some Monday hours. I'm not quite sure how long, if I can't quite figure, will I be going for. I feel like maybe 2 hours might be a bit short, actually. I think 3 hours might. I'll keep going, actually. I'm hoping for someone else to also drop by and take it in. My avatar is a bit spoilers there, so maybe it wasn't really ideal to have. Actually, there is definitely one person I'm on the lookout for. When I'm at least remembering to look out for them, because I don't really want them there, but well, it goes as it goes, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me put you away for now. Sorry about that. Return to that later on. And I haven't done the crunchies in a little while. Give it a bit of a, hey, how's your day? wonder if maybe I'll actually find this so relaxing to myself that do I use my own ASMR streams on my ASMR sleeping playlists? I haven't really thought of that until now. That's been an idea, though. It might be a little bit weird to put myself to sleep. I mean, if I've thought of it, I'm sure someone else has, and they do it, so in that sense, it wouldn't really be weird then. Right now, it's still just a thought, so. I would say, oh no, there's an ad break incoming, but wow, my good girl, I still stopped the sound. She escapes those ads like a good girl she is. It's a very good girl. Oh, I see there's a Gumi in chat. It's a Gumi in chat. It's a pseudo. Gumi in chat. This one I'll put it out into more effort. Gumi in chat. Gumi in chat. Gumi in chat. Oh, actually, I see. I spelled that wrong. Silly me. There we go. I got it right this time. I can't say I know of any other ASMR artist that has BCG as well, so right there, I believe, as far as I know, is a unique component to my ASMR stream, as this is my first one. Can't quite make it plural yet, but I intend to. Yeah. Alright, don't catch, let's go. Let's go. What's that till catch? Good things to good girls. Give it to yeah. Double the good things for a good girl. Don't know if I want to call myself a good boy necessarily, but that's a tale for another time. And maybe probably shouldn't actually include myself in the good boys. That's for if anyone wants it. Down the road in future ASMR streams. I actually omit though, I do like this background. I kind of had to find in a bit of haste here because I was running short on time. Well, it was still Monday. But eventually I came across one that's like, yeah, you know what, I like that one, I'll use it. And I kind of like it actually. I might stick with it for a time. For my future ASMR streams, at least to begin with, and thinking down the line, I'll swap it up here and there. Yeah, that's just a thought, though. All in time. Might have felt that it was rather nice and peaceful. So. Although. I am kind of blocking the fire a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine. I say that it's nice on my back. And yeah. chat in its natural habitat in the wild Twitch chatlands where low bunny frolicked, eluding capture despite the valiant efforts of the jetpack. The elusive creatures escaped for cries of rigs from the disappointed hunters. Below, Agumi slithered into view, and amidst a flurry of Poke-Catch commands, myself and my good girl triumphed, carrying their slimy prize. Double the loot for my good girl. Yeah, I did say, good girls get good things. Maybe these ASMR streams of mine, well, slimy. I see what you did there. That's why I initially laughed too. It's not like I pre-read, I just read out loud. I might actually want to, I don't know if I should change those Frosted Tools style of analyzing chat. Maybe I'll keep it. I don't know. It is still kind of my touch in a sense. I'm not going to mention. Don't worry. I won't speak about it unless you speak first. For now. Figure maybe something else to do once I've done a little stretch. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, but my back cracked 3 times there in a quick succession. I want to do some more of the brushies here, actually. Gotta relax my posture a little bit while I do this. I'm just getting to the point now I'm going to add into the tag, or the text, that's idle triggers, because that's kind of how it's becoming now. At least this early on. But it's okay. If it's like this next time too, then perhaps I'll add as well. They popped out. Like I said before, and I'll continue to say, it's not for everyone. If you're not used to it, then it's kind of different. It's a different medium, so it takes a little getting used to at first. Blue raspberry. It's good stuff. Wait, that's not the one I play with. Actually, let me throw you out. I don't really need you. This was what I was thinking of. I say, this might be actually when I am most attentive to chat, come to think of it, as I'm not distracted by gaming or watching something. Except for maybe my mixer. But it's almost just under the chat, so I can see movement quite readily. I think maybe I am going to actually have Monday ASMR streams after all. Try to influence my regulars more into appreciating it. Have them, okay, well, he keeps doing it like every week here. Maybe I'll give it a shot and give it a chance. Listen, especially as it isn't the first time anymore, and that he's gotten better at what he does. Although it would be actually a bit of an honor to get someone into ASMR on my first stream of it. That'd be quite the achievement. I can't deny. Although in the case of atmosphere, this might actually be better off for Sundays instead. When people are done with the weekend, it's finishing up, and some people need to call it in more earlier for if they have work the next day and such. I don't know. I'll figure it out over time. I normally like to take Sundays off stream, so previously Mondays were they used to be main days for Mass Effect streams actually, but I haven't been on that in a while. That's okay. I've come very far with that challenge I set myself, so if I feel that I want to get closer to finishing it full out, then it's not going anywhere. That's enough with that for now. Let me just... No, okay. No cracks there. That. Well, if I'm to sit back and let's try this bottle next. Actually, it's a bit heavier. Oh, okay. No. Oh, I did say it was heavier. Taste myself a little bit better. Okay. I'm gonna try not to get too lost in kind of partially drifting away mentally. It's like I'm trying to be, you could say, concentrated on my actions here, but it's also in a way relaxing for me. It's it kind of conflicts with the concentration a bit. At least until I get more used to doing it like this. I'm honestly so glad that I made that playlist as well. that is not silence. It'd be, in my case, unbearable for it to be stark silence, and it's just me and my voice and the triggers. Oh, there's a Kangaskhan in chat. There's a Kangaskhan in chat. Kangaskhan in chat. Kangaskhan in chat. It's a Gen 1er. It's a Kangaskhan in chat. Okay. I'm gonna change model. Go to the first one. Actually, doing this is definitely easier on my back when I've concentrated on being closer to the mic a little too long. So, for at least the idle triggers, at least it's kind of the style that I'm end up actually what's it called? Yeah, don't catch. Let's go. Another good thing for a good girl. So the idle triggering that I'm doing here, it just ended up being like that. Well, surely if I was a more popular ASM artist and I had a more broad trigger menu, thinking about splitting it into material triggers and vocal triggers. But I've yet to actually really develop on vocal triggers quite yet. So I wonder if maybe humming could be one. I tend to I've noticed that I sometimes do that here and there to kind of give a more variation from my clicks. I think I would be popping a little more often, but the clicking is so easy to do that I can almost just autopilot it actually. Yeah, that's a bit of water. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe 3 hours might be a good starting point for my debut. Actually, this is not something I'd want to do for at least this early on, for long hours. So. Although I did think about it earlier, though, if I happen to have shorter ASMR streams than my usual like 6+ hours of game streams, then it's a bigger chance that those that are trying to get my or their streaks on my channel might end up missing out due to me having a shorter ASMR stream. So, I imagine that there might, well, no, actually, I think Twitch did make, like, if you happen to miss a stream, then you can save it with the next one, I think. So, maybe it's not really a total loss for them, as they can still keep their streak going if they happen to miss this, or ASMR streams, you know. So I guess I really shouldn't worry about it too much. Just want to double check real quick here to see if she's still on. She's talking. So I'm going to keep that for if she's still on for when we read out. Failing to notice when Aaron didn't make it for his dream. He did pop in, actually. I did spot his Garatina and avatars, so he did drop by. But he only stayed for maybe a couple or so minutes and then dropped out. So he did pop in, but didn't say anything. I think maybe he might have been disappointed, especially if he doesn't know what ASMR is about. Maybe it could have been because I'm in my VTuber model as well, and he might not have seen it before, and he was thinking that I would be camming. There's another possibility. It could be both, for that matter. As it seems like for my debut here, it is a pretty big departure from my usual stream style. So for the ones that are very used to my usual stream style, it could be the case that they see this and they're like, what the hell is going on? It's like a different, entirely different stream, and in a lot of ways it is. I mean, I'm still the same guy. I like to think there's more sides to me than one, multifaceted. But it's okay. I'm thinking if Aaron doesn't want to be here, he's the one missing out. Although, it would have been nice if he said hi at least. And if he wasn't feeling for ASMR, it's like, that's okay. It's not everyone's cup of tea, and if you're new to it, it normally would not get into it to begin with. It kind of, at least from my own understanding, it's something you kind of need to give yourself the chance to get into, to learn, to appreciate, and eventually enjoy. Or maybe it's enjoy and then appreciate. Either one. Both. That's so, and like I already said before, like I wasn't a major fan of ASMR. I actually had a rather negative opinion over it. Seeing a camera literally lick in a 3DO mic. I didn't know what a 3DO mic was at the time though, but it just seemed really weird to me to see that. It wasn't a VTuber, it was an actual camera, and it's just like, that is just weird. So it, I guess, unfortunately tainted my view on it from then until actually I gave it a chance to listen to like a year and a half, 2 years later or something, with someone else. And then I started to understand why some people actually like it. And the people, at least as far as I can tell, the people that like it really like it. So it's like a whole nother kind of community. Usually I don't like ASMR, especially if they've on chewing something. Yeah, right. There are different types. There's many different types of triggers. I would say you got like the material triggers, you got the vocal triggers, and then the more, dare I say, sensual / invasive kind of triggers. Like deep kisses and lickies and everything. Like that does turn some people off and everything. It turned me off at first as well, until actually I gave it a chance, and I really enjoy the sensory feeling it brings, actually. But like I said, it's kind of a learn to like, and even to this day, it's not like I like every trigger either. Most of them I can enjoy, but not all of them. But most. I'm especially a big fan of deep kisses. Someone did pop rocks and mouse making noises and not my thing. I can see how the crackling can actually be a nice trigger for some. Actually, I can kind of like not visualize it per se, but the auditorial sense of it to visualize. I don't know how that would be, what the word would be for that though. I think you know where I'm getting at. Like I can understand it. I've been having this crackle was nice, but the actual mouth noises were my thing. I mean, yeah, the crackling, like, yeah, okay, fair enough. The crackle is nice, but if they're like doing a lot with their mouth, like a lot of mouth sounds, you kind of need to learn. So you need to kind of like get into it gradually. At least from my standpoint, from my experience. Not everyone's good at it though. I mean, we could have, let's say, there are two different ASM artists that are doing something like similar mouth sounds and everything, but the effect couldn't be more different between them actually. Or even if it's different enough, it could be just enough reason to actually enjoy it too. Deep kisses, I don't really know if I'm into it or not. I see that. Everything. I wish I was better at doing it myself, but that might be something I could develop on as we go. I don't feel like I don't have the technique for giving proper smooches per se. I give like the quick, sharp picks in a sense, but I don't know, I'm better at doing than making, I guess, if that makes sense. I think I want to trigger with something else in a sec. Try this brush again. I don't want to do this one too much though, because it's not mine. I did technically steal it from the bathroom. Probably really shouldn't say that, but well, I felt like it was one thing I was missing, since I don't own one myself, or I have one in storage somewhere from when I had to move back here. But I felt like, well, I don't want to take the time with the limited time I had left, so I could probably try to look for it tomorrow or Wednesday or something, like when I feel up for it. So yeah, I don't want to play with that one too long. Actually, it's not a very good brush for making sounds with either. It's too it feels too subdued, at least from what I can tell. Yeah, I think I'm up for a bit of crunchies. Thing is though, I need both hands for this actually, because it's not a very light package I have here. chat, so I'm not familiar with. It's a Gen 9er in chat I'm not familiar with. Go ahead and catch it. I'll pass though. I haven't unlocked it yet. Something like that, but I'm trying not to overanalyze it, let's just say. There was enough telling signs, you know. Congrats on the catch, my good girl. You've been on a good catch rate this debut. It's fascinating. Well, it's not like I'm doing it like an actual trigger, but at least in the case for my ASMR streams, provided that you actually activate it first, and I can sort of sprinkle it here and there like I have been doing. Also, I do actually like, saying like, good girl. It's a very good girl. Never said I wasn't a tease. I'm gonna bring out the ruler again. It's a little fun to play with. And a cool towel is getting really warm. I didn't really expect that I'd affect you to that extent. But I'm happy for you, I guess. Although it could also mean your mouth as well, for that matter. Because it can also be warm and moist. Yeah. I know. I was just trying to disarm the. I mean, both can apply. Okay, something else. Give a bit of a tiny trigger cooldown. Crack the knuckles a slight bit. It's something to do with motor function, so gotta make sure they're in proper working order. It's actually not a ring. It's just a stud. It's not that special. And if it was a ring, I would be getting food stuck in it more often than I'd like. So, stud does the trick right there. I'm gonna do both again for a time. Noisy chair. Did say for a time. Shoulders are getting a bit tight, but I'll go on a little bit more. Need a bit more. Maybe if I do this more often, then I'll be a little bit more trained for that, actually. They're not heavy, but I keep them outstretched. It gets tired eventually. Okay, it's enough double bottle for now. Oh. Although after relaxing from that, it's actually quite nice. Hmm. Let's do some metal rod. Set it before it again. Well, it's, I think, specifically you, so let's say in my case it's a special effect, or not special per se, but different, alternative. Not the usual results. Thinking in about 20-ish minutes or so, that's when I start to close up shop, so I don't know what to do afterwards though, except for, yeah, that's right, we're going to be having a VC afterwards. I could maybe, actually, I'm not going to go into Masters tonight, because I've been keeping it out of my head in preparation for my ASMR debut. I didn't really want that to kind of influence my intent, so I'm going to continue to give it a day's break, get onto it tomorrow after editing. Wow, it's Ghastly in chat. Ghastly in chat. Ghastly in chat. It's Jen Winter. Been the flappies in a little while. I think I'm going to bring that back in just a bit more. I know I have this, I've noticed I've gotten this tendency that when I go on the zippy, they're supposed to be zippies actually. I got the names a little bit wrong there. When I just idle trigger the zippies, then shortly afterwards I get the urge to do the flappies. It might be because they're actually like pretty much right next to each other on my desk. It's probably a thing. Happen to good girls. Once again. Been on a roll this stream. Wow. It's kind of surprising. Not something I expected, that's for sure. But then again, I don't know what to expect when I do ASMR. It's almost like it's the most unpredictable in a way. Well, maybe not so much most unpredictable, but my lips are getting dry. I can't really pop so much from with them anymore. There we go, they're back. I'm actually pretty freaking calm right now. Okay, I'm a little bit affected. I can feel. So I think I'm kind of getting a little bit more, even more respect for the other ASMR artists, because it's like if I could feel this way from just myself on my first time, then I understand now of why they don't really have very long streams of their ASMR themselves. I'm starting to get it now. I mean, I had some theories as to why, but now I'm starting to learn for sure. Yeah, probably not ideal to do on a hangover. Thinking as that might actually really put me in a state of just like not just gonna raid out and go to sleep, you know. It might be something like that. Yeah. Let's see something else. Let's check it out. Don't know who this person is. Where are you from? Interesting. So another ASMR artist that has gone online is actually pretty much the only other male ASMR artist I know of. I might be more inclined to rate him if he's still on, which isn't that much longer actually. Let's I need to think on that actually. Might be actually, yeah, I might actually be more inclined to rate him from one male ASMR artist to another. If he's taking rates, that's another factor, so. But I won't know until I try, but that's not quite yet. Not quite yet. But soon. Quite soon. Yes. All in time. All in time. So there is some sound coming from the fabric, as it were. Ever so slightly, ever so slightly. And you're a little rougher. Okay, that's enough for now. This one's a little bit sharper. Trying to work this trying a different method with this this item. This one's actually working the way I'm wanting it to. Maybe give it a little bit more try this now. See if I can get a fine tune it for the sweet spot, you know. If I'm getting closer though, maybe. Somewhere in this stack is the sweet spot. Wait, actually, I've only done this like, what, once? Ooh. For a second, I thought I almost opened the bottle there. Ooh. Thought it'd been messy if that happened. I'm also starting to get a little bit hungry here too, actually. It's not a bad time to call it soon. Not sure what I'll have though. Oh. I don't know why it does that when I look the opposite direction. It's a weird tick with my program. But I guess in that sense, you'll know if I'm actually watching my mixer. That's kind of the thing I focus pretty heavily on. Trying to gauge how strong I should rouse the items for material triggers. Okay. Arm's getting a little bit tired there. And you can take a break probably for a good while, till maybe next ASMR stream. Final minutes of my debut. Well, it's not the intent, but I'm glad you enjoy. I think I've done. Well, you might be a little bit loud. Okay, you're actually kind of full too, so. Yeah, it'll be a little bit too heavy for that, maybe. Since you're relatively new, I like the zippies. It's like I don't need to think. I can kind of autopilot it, sort of. So it's kind of nice. Oh, I see. Upcoming is an Onyx in chat. There's an Onyx in chat. It's got turbo attack. But pretty good defense, so get I mean, I think actually a regular Pokeball would have been enough, but you know, you do you, babe. You're on a streak of sorts. Not that I've been really keeping track, but it seems like it. Certainly feels that way. I can tell. It's a wall after all. So if you're gonna really hammer it on with a ball, then how about you? Okay, we're pretty much coming to that point, so I'm gonna, I'm thinking, let's see. Thinking if Red, if he takes Raiders, then oh no, don't tell me he just ended stream, man. No, he just ended stream. Oh, that timing. That was not a very long stream then. Oh, it's a shame. Severia, you're still on. You're still okay. Alright, well, we're going to raid Severia then. I was actually hoping to raid Red, support a fellow ASM artist, male ASM artist, but he just ended stream, so that's unfortunate. But We're gonna go to my favorite ASM artist instead, if she's willing to take raids. I'm not sure. I've never tried to raid her before, so there's a couple others, but they're much bigger than Severia. Don't know if I should even risk it, but if I can't find a raidee that will take the raid, then I'll just look on the ASMR page and try to find someone that isn't so high in viewer count. It is my first time after all, and I don't want it to be my last. I have actually enjoyed doing this more than I expected. I mean, I was quite nervous for like the first hour or so, but after a while, I actually relaxed myself enough to I stopped being nervous. It's just like I'm still working on trying to find my style, and I think I'm going to be more invested in this, and I'm going to reconfigure some things and refine the trigger menu. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. But we're going to go into my ending scene here. Gonna see if I can find a raidie, another ASM artist. Yeah. Hold on to your seatbelts. Not that you should be wearing any in the couch or chair or whatever. If you're driving, you shouldn't be listening to this while you're driving. That's not recommended. Okay, so let me try it. Never rated her before, I don't think. Oh, it does work. Okay, we're gonna be rating my favorite then. Yeah, okay. First red message for non-subs, second for a sub, get him straight. You can tell by the emotes. This is the ASMR variant, although actually it's a little bit loud for an ASMR stream. Freaking ad is... messages are coming up to where I needed to try to select my right message like 3 times before I got it. But yeah, I'm really intent on doing another ASMR stream on next Monday. Let me look at the dates. The 3rd of August. I'm thinking that should actually be the next one. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. This is Pure Fishnex signing off for tonight. Be kind, stay safe, make love, and all that good stuff. And as always, till next time. I'll probably upload to, if you're watching this on YouTube, drop the like. Not to subscribe, feel free to unwind like I hope you have. And as always, till next time. Alright. Thank you, everyone. See you another time. Bye for now.
What? You said we would burn the car together. You're gonna burn the car without me? You burned it without me? Oh, I'll make sure you never burn another car again. Hi, Pure Fusion. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid, sweetheart. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. Welcome. What were you guys doing? What were you guys up to? Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. My name is Savannah.